Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I share with you my first 6 months update of my baby and I. If you're new here and you like mom and lifestyle videos about babies, beauty, cooking, children, and everyday life, please be sure to subscribe. Oh, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. With all that said, let's jump right into it. Wow, the first 6 months passed, zoomed right by me. So much has happened and I wanted to share it with you. For the first 6 months, I can say I successfully have implemented the easy method, and I did do a video on that, so I will link it below and put it in the cards for you. The easy method has been the easiest thing for me to do with the baby. She has taken to it very well. Basically it's the eat, activity, sleep, and you time. So I'm gonna basically do my update with that schedule in mind. So as far as her eating, she's breastfed, and I will tell you that at the beginning it was a longer period of time because she's learning how to breastfeed. But now as time has progressed, I think I do like 10 minutes on each side, so in 20 minutes I'm done. So that's been an amazing feeling now. It's a quick, no bottles to wash, no pumping. I did have to pump and bottle feed at the beginning because of her weight. Looking back, I wish I would have just given it a little bit more time and let her learn how to breastfeed and not give myself so much anxiety about her weight gain. But anyway, that did happen to me, so I did have to bottle feed her, which she didn't take too well. She only took maybe, I think at one point, like 4 bottles a day, but I was still breastfeeding her and still pumping, so you can just imagine it was 24/7 feeding, whether it was feeding her or feeding to put milk in bottles. So I breastfeed about every 2 to 2.5 hours. I try not to do the 3-hour mark, but sometimes it does happen, but I try not to, just to help with her easy method, to keep her schedule on so that she can continue to sleep through the night and get enough food throughout the day. I did not start solids before the 6-month mark. That's just a preference. I have 2 other girls too, and I did the same thing with them. So I do not start at the 4-month period or 5 months. I know some pediatricians do recommend it, but I know that my breast milk is 100% sufficient for her. And the only reason I started solids after her 6 months would be to teach her how to eat socially, pretty much. The next thing is the activity. I love playing with the baby. At the beginning it was all tummy time, reading books to her, you know, and then eventually it evolved to playing on her mat, and she started reaching for her little toys, and she started playing with rattles and holding them, followed by, you know, being on her tummy and being able to hold the toys that she wanted to play with. So playtime with her is the best time, and that's about, you know, somewhere between 30-20 minutes of our everyday routine. Sleep. Oh, sleep. Thank goodness this baby has been so easy. She has been amazing. I don't know if it's because of what I did with the schedule or if it's just her personality, but she barely cries, and I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood somewhere, because she is just such an easy little princess for us. So basically she started sleeping through the night at 6 weeks, and that's because I started the easy method with her, and then I also made sure she was warm, and I do say that in my other video on sleep training your baby through the night, and it worked. So since then she has not woken up earlier than maybe 5 in the morning, and if she does wake up, I think maybe once or twice she got me like at 3 or 4, and all I did was I just kind of kept an eye on her, but I didn't get up right away and say, oh, she's hungry, oh, I need to feed her, or oh, I need to carry her. I just let her put herself back to sleep. So please be sure to check that video out, because it is my holy grail of how to get your baby to sleep. and I share with you that in that video. Now, what I do is I try to make sure she does not sleep longer than her 2.5 hour to 3 hour feedings, which means that she will only sleep between 30 and an hour and a half. Between 30 minutes and an hour and 15 minutes, no more than that, because that's already the 2 hour mark or the 3 hour, 2.5 hour mark for her feeding. Okay, so then now we're left with the why, which is you time, me. An update on me, I feel great. After, the first 6 to 8 weeks, your body is adjusting, your uterus is contracting. Those pains did not feel too harsh for me. I was able to bear them. I will say the breastfeeding was very, very painful. I don't know why, but it just happens. I know some people say, well, it didn't hurt me. And me, it was painful. Painful. But I got through it after, I think, 2 weeks. The pain had subsided immensely. The pain that I felt at the beginning was nothing compared to what I was feeling around 2 weeks. So that was a good feeling. Now I will say, after the 2 weeks, which my breastfeeding pain kind of subsided, then came the most hectic time. I developed mastitis, but before mastitis, at the end of week 1, I went to a lactation consultant, which she told me, start pumping just in case she doesn't gain weight from what we're doing. You have some supplementation ready. So I did that. I started pumping in the morning and I started pumping at night just to keep it simple. That was okay. But then I developed mastitis a week later. That was the worst thing ever. It was a lot of pain. It felt like having the flu. My body ached everywhere. My back was so tight from having that high fever. So what I ended up doing to help myself with the mastitis was I pumped at every feeding. And on top of that, I started bottle feeding the baby and breastfeeding the baby. So you figure the baby eats every 2 hours, right? So I was feeding her around that time, around 40 minutes. It would take me 20 minutes on each side. Then I would pump my milk out for another 15 minutes. Then I would bottle feed her about an ounce. So guys, the whole 2 hours was all about the baby. Meanwhile, it's in the middle of summer. I have my 2 other girls with me, 6 and 8, and they were just like, Mommy, are you done? Are you ready? Can we do something? And I felt so bad, guys, because I had no time. I was pumping, breastfeeding, and bottle feeding. I'm gonna say I did that for a few days, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can't do this. This is ridiculous. This is too much. So as I created a schedule, so I said I will nurse her and pump. Then the next 2 hour segment, I would nurse her and bottle feed. And so that schedule kind of got a little bit easier for me. I did that, I think, for like 2 weeks. The mastitis, guys, went away by itself. I do want to tell you, I did not take the medicine that the doctor gave me, although he did tell me not to take it if I got better within the first 2 days. So I pumped, did a lot of warm compress. I mean, a lot. The pain wasn't so bad in the breast. The pain was more for me with the fever and the back, my lower back. It felt like I was in worse than labor pains, worse. Anyway, so I did that for about 2 weeks, and then I slowly said, you know what? I started weaning her and weaning myself from the pumping. So I stopped pumping, one feeding, and then I would bottle feed her, and then I less bottle fed her, then I less pumped. Then I was left with the night, kind of like weaning her when she's 1 year, when my other 2 were 1 year old. I weaned them from breast milk to whole milk. So with that said, I weaned her, and then life just settled for me. Life got easier. I didn't have to wash bottles anymore. I didn't have to pump and wash pump accessories anymore. So if you're out there and you're going through something like me that I went through at the beginning, just keep going, and just know that it's going to get so much easier. And sometimes I think, did I really have to do all of that? But you know what? It was such a short period of time. Even though at that time it felt like forever, such a short period of time. And now the baby gains weight. She's right on schedule with her height, her weight, everything. Right now for her 6-month appointment, she is weighing 16 pounds, 16 pounds and 12 ounces, I believe. She's about 27¼ inches long, and she's just doing great. She's learned how to sit up on her own. I did forget to mention that for the activity time, she's learned how to sit up supported. She can hold toys, she can hug, you know, her little teddy bears. She can flip both ways from her tummy to her back, from her back to her tummy. She can just do so many things. Her babbling, she can babble vowels now, and she's starting to do like tap tap. So hopefully I can bring her into the video before it's over. She's taking a little nap, so I hope that I couldn't get everything set up in time for her to be in the video with me, so I said I would lay her down and then I'll bring her into the video and you guys can see her. But I do want to share with you that the Baby Sparks app is amazing. Not sponsored, but I love it. I didn't have it with my other girls, and I did do it with this baby. And you just don't know everything that you should do with the baby physically and mentally. And this application gives you what to do with her for her brain, for her motor skills, for her learning, for her language, just so many things. So I highly recommend it. I bought the 2-year plan. I think it was like less than $40, and it shows you the videos. Anyway, enough said with that, because I have it in my video as well, and if you check it out, you'll see more about the app. As far as my postpartum weight, I've lost my weight. I'm back to my pre-pregnancy weight, which is great. I think the breastfeeding really helped with that, so that was good. I drink lots of water to help. I do drink mother's milk tea, and I try to eat snacks throughout the day. If you'd like to see what I eat in a day, please let me know in the comments below, and I will definitely do one of those videos for you guys. Here's Mariana Rose. Hi, baby. Hi. Hi. She was taking a little nap, but now she's up and she's ready to play, guys. I just fed her, and we're just gonna continue our day. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you on my next one. And if you know of somebody who would enjoy this video, please remember to share it. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. See you on the next one. Bye.
Say bye. Ciao. Bye.